good afternoon, you beautiful souls, or whatever time you are watching this. Appreciate you coming back for part 3 of the valve body failure. Kind of a little issue, little dum-dum, and I went to post the last video and clear the SD card. Well, that SD card had the footage of me removing the valve body, so womp womp. But on another note, it came back super fast, so we got it back. Thank you, Dimitri, over at No Zone Diesel. He got this valve body sent out to him, sent him out mine. Looks like he rebuilt it, got a kit put into it through PPE, and we got a PPE pan. So I did order a Banks pan, but I did not know I was getting a PPE pan, so I'll have to call and cancel the Banks order. But you know, it is what it is. I'm excited. Let's get after it. So let's see what we got here. We got our transmission filter. Got that there. Slide that Johnny out. Yay! 2 Christmases! That's what it feels like. You got directions, don't need those. Just kidding, we're gonna grab those. Okay, so it looks like our valve body here. Alright. So that is our valve body. Yeah, buddy. So it looks like this is my valve body. Just got taken apart and their kit put into it, so that's pretty cool. There's one. That's there. Some filter. Okay. So got my 2 filter nuts. Yep. So this is my old valve body. That's cool to know. Throw all this aside. And the new PPE pan, which is actually pretty cool. It does have some cooling fins on the inside. I know Banks is coming out with theirs. Theirs has quote-unquote better cooling fins. However, you know, you pay for what you get for. I paid for it, so we're just going to appreciate it. It's going to look real nice under the truck here. Alright, yep, we'll get this whole pan off, and we'll get this puppy slapped back in there. Also, I did put the pan back on with the gasket, put a couple bolts in there to hold it up. I didn't know how long this was going to be sitting, so I just did that so moisture wouldn't get up in the transmission. Good idea if it's going to be sitting for a while. Hot, cold, hot, cold. You'll get moisture in areas you do not want. Cool. So, I guess while you take it off, before you take it off, I put these in order. It's kind of a mess, but I know underneath the truck which bolt goes where. So, there's, I believe these are 8s. Yeah, these are 8 mils, and then you have 2 10 mils. So they're different heads. You'll see. So this one and this one are 2 10 mils. They are shorter than the rest of these. So you be mindful, whichever 10 mil you take out, you put. I'm going to try to put a picture up here and we can show where they go. So before I get under the truck, I wanted to show you. So I reiterated here for you. So anything, that's a 10 mil. That's your 10 mil. And that's your 10 mil. So pretty simple. You can't really mess this up. Anything under the plate is going to be an 8 mil. Anything that's flush on the body itself is a 10. So that's flush, that's a 10. That's flush, that's a 10. That's kind of sunken in and flush, that's a 10. Everything else that's raised is going to be your 8 mil. So like I said, I put it on a cardboard, but hopefully this helps you. Okay, so we got this old pan out. Everything, you know, just kind of chilling here. I'm gonna, for safety measures here, I'm gonna take some contact cleaner and just spray it on in there. It's probably all right, but kind of rule of thumb, I guess. Anything electrical you don't want wet, just gonna have a bad day. So what I got here is I got that good stuff. Got that CE Precision contact cleaner. And get the paper towel. And we're just going to take a couple squirts here to this connector and see if that's some shit coming out of there. Stuff's expensive. Clean this plug up here and we'll be able to get this new valve body slid in and we'll get her prepped up. But it's just a little safety measure. I don't think you have to do that, but it's better safe than sorry at this point. Spending all this time and effort. Okay, well, that's done. So it's kind of a pain in the butt getting up in there and getting it aligned. But once you got a couple in there, there is a couple of alignment dowels in the valve body themselves. There's an alignment dowel, I think, over here, that helps you align it. But it's just kind of taking your time, holding it, get a bolt started, get a couple bolts in there, and then you can kind of run them down. So now we're going to torque them. Factory spec is 8 foot-pounds. I got a Harbor Freight torque wrench, so we're gonna go about 10 foot-pounds, and we'll get these suckers torqued. Okay, got them all torqued. So it is good to try to do your best to do a star pattern. With the 10 mils, it does make it a little tough. So we're gonna go ahead and get our transmission filter in here. There's a little gasket right here. Make sure that's on there. And that gasket is going to slide in to your pump, and kind of got a little, I'm going to wiggle it there. Okay, we're kind of lined up, about as good as we're going to get, I think, with where we're at. So yep, that one's lined up here. So transmission filter is in, valve body's torqued. So we'll get this torque, and then I'm going to hop out here. I'm going to show you with the PPE pan. I did read the directions, so there is a little bit of difference between the factory pan and the PPE pan. Before we get out from underneath the truck, you want to make sure anywhere your gas is going to touch, you just want to double, kind of go back through, clean it up, and make sure that's nice and clean, because you don't want that to be dirty. Otherwise, she's going to leak, and that's not good. Okay, so PPE does give you some new bolts. Those bolts are longer because of this flange. This flange is quite a bit thicker than the factory OE little pan. So we are going to use these bolts. We're going to clean up this gasket, get this gasket put on here. And then PPE sends out a manual here. Shows you your torque specs, or your cross patterns, how you're going to tighten it. Okay, so our pan's all torqued down. So now what we got, per Dimitri, the transmission feller, we've got Dextron 6, Mercon LV, and UVL, or I'm sorry, ULV, can't read. Yeah, ULV, we're gonna do a 50-50 mix. I got 7 of each, so 14 quarts we're gonna pump into this bad boy. So I was told to do, fill it up to the check line, which I'm going to show you that here in a second. Fill it up, and then you're going to start it up, let it run for 45 seconds, shut it off, fill it up again until it comes out of the check port. Once you do that, you're going to fire it up again for about 45 seconds, and then top it off again. And then the third time we do this, we're going to put it in gear, kind of run it through the gears for a little bit, and then shut it off, fill it up again, check it, and then the last fourth time is going to be, we got to get it up to operating temperature. So once it's all full after the third check, we're going to go drive around for a little bit, get underneath the truck, and top it off for one last time. All right, so we are under the driver's side here. You got your shift linkage. This is your shift linkage. This is your check port. We're going to pull this plug. Once we pull that out, we'll be good there. And then we have our fill plug, which if we come to the passenger side here, all right, this is going to be our fill plug. So we're going to pull that out, and this is where we're going to fill it from. And the other side is where we're going to check it from. Okay, got our little rig here. We're just going to get to pumping. Maybe. Oh, golly. Yeah, that's going to take forever. Got a little rig set up right here, and just Pumping away. Fucking God. It's gonna be a while. Just pumping. Okay, so we're just gonna start up one time here. Like I said, just enough to get it sucked up in there. And let's see what happens here. So the truck did buck a little bit, so it's sucking, it's doing something. So we are back. It's another day. Had to go get more oil here. So we got UVL and Dextratron. It's 50-50 blend. So ordering that kit, if you get a Banks oil pan or transmission pan or a PPE transmission pan, it does say it is an extra 4 quarts. I put 14 quarts in yesterday and didn't even get a drop out of it. So I'm like, looks like we need to get more quarts. So I picked up 4 more quarts, 2 of each. This should get us by today. So let's get to pumping and try this again. Okay. All right, so we're going to, for start number 2, we've got, I'd say at least 23 quarts in the sucker by now. So good note, if you just do a filter change, you're looking at about 8 quarts. If you do a valve body, you're 24 quarts. You might as well buy, is it 4 cases of this stuff, or 2 cases of each. So yeah, I'm gonna fire it up here and see what happens, and then we'll get under the truck and check again. Okay, so that was round 3. We got a little bit of more fluid in there, so this will be the 3rd start here. Okay, so 3rd start, we're just gonna kind of roll through the gears here. Start with reverse. So I do have a jack under the truck with jack stands, so that way if anything happens, then the front wheel's blocked, so should be good. But we're just gonna kind of roll through the gears here. Let's go on low. Just kind of flip through here. So we'll do that. And then we're gonna get this check engine light cleared too. Okay, so we kind of got it through some gears. We don't want to get to about 3. 3rd gear, 4th gear, I don't know, it's a little sketchy on the stands here, but we're gonna get off the stands and we're gonna go drive it, get the transmission up to temp, drive it nice and easy, and we'll check back with you. I'm gonna check one more time after I lower it, get it on the ground again, just to make sure fluid's good, pump a little bit extra in there, but yeah, we'll see where we're at. Just driving around for about 10 minutes here. We got our temp up to about 104. We're not quite there, but it's definitely, it's got a kid in it, that's for sure. It kind of hangs the gears a little bit, which I kind of like, in the sense of, like, instead of kind of getting on it, instead of it just kind of bogs that gear, which I think pulling a trailer is gonna make a big difference, especially going up upgrades. Instead of going like from 10 to 6, it'll hang up and maybe 10, maybe downshift into 9. So that'll be really nice. So we're gonna get back, let it run for a little bit. I got some plugs to clean up as far as checking underneath, and we will do one more check, and you know, I think that's gonna be good. So overall review so far, I actually really like it. It shifts a lot better, a little more crisp of a shift. It's not like a and then it kind of hangs in the factory and then it shifts. This kind of is, so it's a lot better. So thank you, Dimitri. Okay, just like that, we're all done. Got her topped off. She took all 24 quarts, so very mindful of that if you're doing this. 24 quarts is what you're gonna need. So I got a little leak, looks like right here on the other side, so we'll get all this buttoned up, cleaned up, and yeah, overall it just kind of a lot of work for in the garage. If you had a lift, way easier. But yeah, I think that's going to sum this up for this one. So valve body is fixed. It does shift a lot better. It's a lot more crisp. And then it kind of hangs the downshifts. So I kind of like that. Like when you're towing, I noticed it likes to either downshift a lot or upshift a lot. This kind of hangs the gear a little bit. Okay, it's been a few days, kind of driving around here and there. It seems to be a lot better. Shifts a lot better. I'm a little hesitant to turn it up because these 10 speeds don't like power. So we're going to keep her like tune 1, maybe tune 2, 50 to 80 horsepower. Keep it at that, let the truck learn, do its thing. But I have a check engine light that will not go away since it did the hard shift and the valve body failure. I've tried with the Banks unit here. I've tried when it first happened. It took me about 3 clear, and it finally went off. And then it happened again. Boom! Transmission hard shifted. Check engine light. Couldn't get it to clear since. So I don't know if that's a GM built thing or what. But I will say that that hard shift, bang! It's scary when it happens. But so we're gonna hook up the MPVI 3 with the HP tuners, and we're gonna hook up the scanner there. Let's see what we really got going on if we can clear it. Okay, so we got it pulled up here. Let's hit scan. Let's see what we're gonna find here. Getting vehicle information. Okay, so then we should go over to diagnostic info, DTC, read DTC. Alright, driver window motor pending, passenger window pending, lost communication. Oh, okay. Let's see if we can clear. Okay, so HP tuners definitely did clear the check engine light, so I guess with time we will see what happens. But it had some weird stuff in there. Hard to tell, but we'll see. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Just real quick, I guess the next video we're going on a little vacation, so I might try to capture some of that. I think it'd be kind of cool. Never been on a cruise, so if you are interested in that, stick around. I don't know. And then I'm gonna try to get some bike content soon. The weather's getting nicer, but I just don't have a mic set up for my helmet, so still kind of iffy about that. If you'd like to hear more, or if you'd like to see that kind of content, leave a comment. And like always, like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.